A skills bootcamp is an opportunity for adults over the age of 19 to come and join a course with us, a short course, usually around 12 weeks, to learn about a skill that's going to help them get into a different kind of employment. So it's an opportunity for people to come along and actually use a passion or something that they're really interested in to upskill and actually get a career in that area, which is a really amazing opportunity.
Doesn't matter whether they're employed, at work at the moment, self-employed, it's a chance to learn a new skill and build a career in a new sector.
The biggest successes of the skills bootcamps has been the ability to have people from all over the UK come together remotely to learn new skills to then progress into a career within tech.
Another thing that I've seen which has been really great is a lot of women coming and applying for the skills boot camps, and these then lead to more tech roles, so it's been really exciting seeing the confidence in women and other people coming along and taking it and really enjoying it, so I've loved seeing that.
So for me, the biggest successes of the skills boot camps of the last year have been the fact that we've seen lots of students move into new jobs within new sectors that they previously didn't have any experience of, to upskill, to reboot, and be successful basically in a new career. So in terms of the employability skills they learn in the boot camp, they learn a lot of the traditional stuff, so CVs and how to fill in job application forms, interview techniques, but also a lot around confidence and self-esteem. It might be that they're returning to the jobs market after a long break, for example. And we also look at presentation skills, how to pitch, psychometrics, all the type of things that are done in modern recruitment.
In the boot camps, the environment is really collaborative and interactive. A lot of our courses are online, they can be hybrid, so because of that we really do try to make them as collaborative as possible. We have spaces online to interact with the other students, and this really helps with them when they're going out into the workplace because they're learning how to work with other people, and on the boot camps there are so many different employability backgrounds that they've come from, so it means that they're getting a real taste for all sorts of different skills and things that they can add to their future career.
Emerge, a unique multidisciplinary creative practice studio for Bar Spa University grads. A creative incubator helping emerging talent bridge the gap between university and the professional world. Giving creatives and artists of any discipline vital space, skills development, funding opportunities, and a path to flourish.
Emerge supports artists from across the creative disciplines, so there's my field, creative media and technology, but also we have fine art, performers, and anything across all of the creative disciplines.
The support each of us receives is fantastic, whether that's professional assistance with our own careers, support expanding our own business capabilities, or simply somebody to have a tea and a catch-up with. The creative mentorship and resident relationship's really important because on Emerge it provides that space to really understand how to build professional relationships with other people without having it be scary for the wider world.
I look after the design residents, and they can be from multidisciplines, which is really interesting. They will be on their own path and I'm here to support them, and it's the support that they need which a lot of people never have.
Emerge is more than just developing your own practice. It's about sharing, supporting and learning new skills from each other. Everyone has something to offer and everyone has something to learn. So Emerge has allowed me to make the transition from a postgraduate to somebody working in the industry. I've been able to test new workshop ideas here at Emerge, develop them, fine-tune them and then share them beyond these walls. Turn them into part of my portfolio.
Emerge offers the vital resource of space and time that's key to all artist development. It has bespoke spaces from artist studios, rehearsal rooms, desks and project spaces. I engage with Merge primarily through the use of the space. It allows me to create larger scale works because I'm not at home and I can leave things up to dry. And also just having other artists around me, you can sort of nip over for a quick opinion, you can look at their work for inspiration. It all just helps to create this atmosphere of creativity.
Pop in for a visit, meet the team, and follow us on socials for updates on events, showcases, and residency opportunities.
Creativity is so much more than people think it can be. It is telling your stories your way. As people, we imagine and we make, often at the same time. We have an urge to create, no matter if you're just starting out or have been a master for years. It's not money that will change the world or politics. It's the sensible use of creativity, the intelligent choices about intent, and the ethical basis for action. It doesn't come from hot, sweaty offices, it doesn't come from banks, and it doesn't come from armies. It comes from inside your head. Curiosity is asking why. It's time to explore how things can be done differently, what we should be doing, and why we should be doing it. We must learn from others, especially those who are different from ourselves. Curiosity means constantly looking for new ways of doing things. It is the glue that binds us together and enables us to see things in new ways that maybe weren't there before. Confidence is being able to step out of your comfort zone and try something new and innovative. It's finding creative ways to solve problems that wouldn't work any other way. Confidence is earned. Push yourself, celebrate your wins, and learn from your failures. Repeat, and your confidence will grow. It's time to own your own creativity, curiosity, and confidence, because they will be your superpowers. We are Bath Spa University, inventors of professional creativity.
afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much for your patience in those few minutes. You could see we were making a few last-minute adjustments, accommodating late arrivals up on the stage. So, welcome to Bath Forum for your graduation. And it is a celebration, so let's make it joyful. Do feel free to whoop, clap. Any of that is all welcome here today. And what an achievement as well. These last few years have been an extraordinary time in which to be a student, wherever you've been doing. And obviously we're really, really delighted to be here today to celebrate with you. So my name is Mark McGuinness. I'm a member of the academic staff here at the university. And on behalf of the senior team, I'd like to welcome you to this ceremony. I have a couple of things to do before we can get underway. Firstly, I'm going to explain how the ceremony works, particularly for the graduates, so you know how we're going to maneuver you around the room so that we can present you across the stage and what to expect when you get there. I'm also going to do the housekeeping and make sure that everybody's aware of what's going to happen next. So hopefully after my few minutes, the hour that follows it will be full of nothing but unalloyed joy. You won't be nervous at all, will you? Go on, say yes. All right. Okay. So before I get into those details, could I firstly check that you've turned your mobile phone to silent or off? That would be appreciated. And I'll first begin with a few thank yous. First of all, to Bath Forum for their help once again in bringing our celebrations to this wonderful venue. I'd also like to thank our friends at Bath College, where you were robed, for lending us their facilities for this afternoon. And also Premier Brass Quintet, who played for you while we were waiting. The live music is wonderful, isn't it? We have a harpist as well. Give us a wave. Okay, so finally, could I ask you as well, just a quick round of applause of appreciation for my colleagues who've worked tirelessly, actually, these last few weeks in very difficult circumstances. Some of you will be aware there is some industrial action within higher education at the moment that has slowed things down, so we have done things very quickly at the end. It's sort of a kind of an apology there in case anything doesn't quite go as we expect. But it does mean that everybody who should be here is here. I'm really glad to get you here today. Thank you to my colleagues for making that possible. Thank you. Now, to the details. So in a few minutes' time, I will ask everybody in the auditorium who is able to stand for the entry of the academic procession. They will come in on the ground floor, through the middle of the room. They'll make their way to the front of the stage and come up this ramp apparatus you see in front of us here, and they will assemble in these chairs, currently empty, that you see. The academic procession is a very splendid, colourful, joyous affair. We all wear different colours because they reflect the institution of our last academic award, just as you do today and just as I do today. Let me tell you, there's nothing quite as nice as the rub of medieval polyester. It really is quite amazing. So we'll then be underway. The Vice-Chancellor will take her seat, and at that point I'll invite you all to take your seat. So the Vice-Chancellor will be in the middle at the front. We have a busy stage today. We have 2 honorary awards. We have a lot of graduates. I think it will take us about an hour, maybe ever so slightly longer to get through, just so you can pace yourselves. Now, I'll speak specifically now to the graduates. Please don't worry. This is your day to celebrate, to enjoy what lies before us. Don't be nervous. We'll guide you every step of the way. We've got your back. So when the moment is right, you will be invited row by row to stand, and you will be invited into this channel here to your right, to my left that I'm indicating just down here. There are a set of stairs. We do have a ramp for those who wish to use that instead. You'll be invited to come up the stairs or the ramp at the right time. Your name will be checked usually more than once as you come down, because we have a running order that precisely matches the way you're seated to the way the readers will read your name. So do stay in that order, please. That is important. When you get to the top step, the reader, who will be someone from your department or school, will read your name, and you will take your bow, as it were, on the stage here. On the blue carpet, you'll see a blue carpet runs right the way across the stage. The Vice-Chancellor will be in the middle of the stage. She will doff her hat or in some other way acknowledge your achievement. It's a symbolic act that she does. And you're free to respond any way you like. You can give her a thumbs up if you like. You could tip your hat, or you could just give her a smile. She doesn't mind. So obviously, in between times, find your loved ones in the audience, give them a wave, fist in the air. Some people show off their moonwalking, but they are show-offs. But it's your moment, so you do what you want. So the readers will read your name out, and you'll take across the stage to the other side, go down the other side, and our ushers will once again guide you back around the auditorium to the seat you're currently sat in. So you'll do a full circuit of the ground floor, if you like. Now, one person who's probably most nervous is Olivia, who's the first one up. And I've spoken to Olivia. She's not nervous at all, she told me. So as long as she gets here, everyone else can just follow the person in front of them. So absolutely no pressure at all, Olivia. Okay. So, some final words before we move on to the academic procession. This year we're trying something new. As you can tell from the weather forecast, we're trying an outdoor reception in Parade Gardens. So graduates, when the ceremony is over, and we'll utter those words, we close the ceremony, the academic procession will leave the room, and the graduate procession will leave row by row, coming across the front of the auditorium towards the door you see over there to your left. Outside in Somerset Street, which has obviously got a control order on it today, there's no traffic, so it's safe for us to exit that way. You'll be invited to form small parties, and we'll give guided walks across town to the Parade Gardens, where there will be a party in your honour and a chance to meet with your loved ones, who'll join you as soon as they're able to, as soon as they can leave the auditorium, and they can also be guided there as well. So please do come to the front, and let's get everybody out, the graduates out and on your way. If everybody else, if I can seek your patience to just let us get the graduates out first before you start to make your way down or out of the building. That'll just make it a lot easier to manage in terms of the numbers leaving the building at once. You will obviously be guided back to Parade Gardens as well. So finally, from me, a few short housekeeping announcements. Could I invite you to have one final check of your mobile phone? We do have trained first aid staff available. Please attract the attention of any member of staff, and we'll get assistance to you if that is needed. And in the unlikely event that we do need to evacuate the building for some or other reason, there will be a very clear announcement over the PA to do so, and please leave by the nearest exit available to you. You'll be guided out of the building safely. That's me done. I will now ask everyone in the room to stand for the academic procession. distinguished guests, graduates, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I call upon the Vice-Chancellor of Bath Spa University, Professor Sue Rigby, to open this graduation ceremony.
Welcome. So a really warm welcome to our second Bath Spa University graduation. So for the first graduation, there was points, indeed an extra glass of champagne in the parade gardens if you noticed an intentional error, and I'm prepared to extend that offer for one more graduation. But thank you so much for coming. You're so welcome. It's so wonderful to see all of our graduates and their supporters, all of my colleagues, and colleagues, please now, if you would like to, remove your hats. So welcome to our ceremony, to this celebration of your fantastic achievements, and also the fantastic achievements of our honorary graduates, Chris Crowther and Carl Anker. Welcome also to the Forum, this amazing event run by the most professional of good friends of Bath Spa University. And an early shout out to the many colleagues who are running the proceedings behind the scenes, our wonderful musicians, ushers, live streamers, first aiders, registrars, all of whom stand with me and my colleagues on the platform to celebrate your degree with you today. Because celebrate is exactly what we are here to do, and also to take a moment to consider what your degree means for you and what it means for wider society, i.e. what you should now perhaps think about doing with it. I'm going to digress for a moment. In most parts of the Christian faith, there are moments of transition that are considered to be affirmations of faith or engagements with the faith community and to be recognized by God. And depending on what part of the Christian faith you belong to, they include things like baptism, confirmation, marriage, ordination. In our more secular and properly more plural society, there are only one or two transitions that everyone would recognize as being on that scale. Taking a degree is one of those. It's a huge personal achievement. It's a permanent mark of the status that comes from that achievement. And it is, I think, also a moment when what you're receiving is also something that enriches society more widely and which carries with it the burden and privilege of enhanced expectations. So to begin, and just think for a moment about that achievement, I'm going to state the blindingly obvious here: a degree isn't easy to get. Agreed? You'll have been uncertain. Think back to your first assessment submission. You'd have been confused and frustrated as you struggled to understand what was good, what was brilliant in this context. You'd have been stressed. We'll have asked too much of you and in too short a time. And occasionally you'll have been elated, getting a really good mark, attending an eye-opening seminar, but most significantly by that sudden and personal moment of insight when your understanding of a discipline changes and you suddenly see things with new and wiser eyes. And you've also done this through the COVID epidemic and through the restless anxiety of our post-COVID recovery and through the difficult but very respected industrial actions that our staff have taken and the respect that we've all shown to that. I think you all have all your marks. Excellent. This doesn't, all of that, you could conceive made you a victim. It doesn't. It makes you a super. You may remember a very famous pair of dancers from the last century, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Someone once asked Ginger what it was like partnering the best dancer in the world. And she commented that everything he did, she did backwards and in high heels. You are Ginger Rogers. Earlier and later graduates are only Fred Astaire's. As you sit here, a successful graduate, just take a moment to reflect on your personal journey, that moment, the highest moment, the lowest moment, The moment when your parents or carers drove out down the drive and left you on your own and you were really lonely and homesick. And all of that. Just to get that sense for each one of you of the journey you've taken and just how very far you've come. I could leave that indefinitely, but you get bored. Now, looking back, I'm absolutely sure that you will be clear about the critical support that your family and friends have had in helping you get here today. Many of those vital people are with you today in the forum, and the rest are thinking about you and probably watching the live stream at this moment and thinking of you with great pride and great affection. And in a moment, what I'd like to ask you to do is to stand up, turn to face your friends and supporters if you can, and give them an enormous round of applause, recognising the contribution they've made to getting you here today. Okay? So if you're happy, if you would stand up, turn to face your colleagues, friends, family, and a huge round of applause. Well done. Oh, obviously, when we do that, we take one chair away from each row, but you've done really well. And if you're in the gallery, they stood up and cheered you, and you should feel really proud of everything that they've achieved. So, no need to stand up for this one, but can I also ask you to join me in thanking those staff who've taught you and supported you in all sorts of ways through your studies. I'm privileged to lead a group of outstanding academics and professionals who have you, their students, always at the heart of what they do. They work late hours, and many of them, and they are as delighted by your attainments as you are. So please join me. Thank you. So, we used to have Jeremy Irons as our Chancellor, and one year when he gave his speech, a small child in the front row started to scream with panic. And afterwards we had to explain to Jeremy that he thought he was Scar in The Lion King, and he was about to... It didn't go down well, no. So, sorry, back on track. I'd like you now and me to think a little bit about what your degree comprises. Because it may be that you still think it's about that title and the knowledge that your degree comprises. You certainly know a huge amount at the moment, and you'll forget most of it in the next 5 to 10 years. And, sorry, and the bits that you don't forget will go out of date. Sorry. and if you're in cybersecurity, in about 3 weeks, probably. So it's good to get your degree now. So a degree isn't primarily about knowledge, though that's nice to have. What is it about? Skills. You can do things now that most people can't. Whether that's design something, write something, compose something, create something, build in code, in words, in pictures, in ceramics. But skills aren't just a degree either. A degree is so much more. It's the means by which you've learned to be resilient, to be resourceful, to lead, sometimes to actively follow, and to be sure of your own capabilities, to be able to tackle profound challenges. A BARSPA degree has enabled you to build your confidence. You should take that confidence with you like a shield through your life. It's made you certain about what you can achieve. It's built your curiosity about people, art and culture, about the future, about the world you inhabit, about the world you would like to and indeed need to inhabit, about how you change that from one to the other. It's built your creativity, your ability to think outside the box, to ask the right questions, and to answer them in a way that makes a difference. As you walk across the stage in a few minutes, you should take stock of all this, own it. It's your gift. It's the gift you have given yourself through all those hours of study. It's a walk of a few steps from the end of your studies to the start of your graduate life. But it's a profound transition. It's a permanent change. And you start that journey by leaving us. So this is both a high point in the university calendar, a day of great joy, and also a day of great sadness. A university is not a collection of buildings or a location or a history or an inheritance or even a bank balance. It's a community of learners, nothing more and nothing less. And you have been a central part of that community, and your contribution has been incredible. While we'd have it no other way than that you graduate from our world and move on, you leave a big gap, and we are very sorry to say goodbye. But keep in touch. You are always part of the Bath Spa community, and if we can help you in any way in the future, just let us know. And we'd love to hear your stories and your successes in the coming years, and indeed welcome you back onto the platform for your honorary degrees in the fullness of time. And we are a community to be very proud of. Our roots stretch deep, back into the 1850s, and since that time, some of Britain's finest artists and teachers have worked with us. But we are a university of the 21st century, designed to meet the challenges of a post-industrial, highly volatile and rapidly changing world. So in that world, finally, I want to reflect on what your degree means to the rest of us, to the wider society that now benefits from all the things that you can do. You graduate into uncertain times with an academic armoury that will allow you to thrive and which can contribute to helping others to thrive as well. A degree from the School of Humanities, creative writing, design, is a passport to a wide range of brilliant jobs and careers. The creative industries are one of UK's biggest success stories, one of its largest sources of revenue, but also one of its largest sources of joy, of solace, of entertainment, of enrichment. Whether you contribute directly in that world or indirectly through a myriad of other outcomes and degree pathways, your contribution will make a difference to society. And those elements of entertainment that we tend to undervalue, you will know to be central and necessary to the business of being human. Your degrees are vital, they are not optional, and what you do with them is also vital. So success for you may be on a global stage or a local one, within a small group of family, out in the big wide world. Wherever you go, you will make a difference, and you must. From here on, remember, there's no endpoint assessment, there's no mark. There's only a small voice inside that tells you when you're doing the right thing, when you're doing the thing that you must do, and congratulating yourself for that. But if I had to choose a set of people to make change, to make things better, it would be you, our graduates. And just now, I can ask no less of you than that you thrive in your life journeys, that you make a difference, and that in doing so, piece by piece, relentlessly and fearlessly, you change everything. You have the rest of your life to spend, and I will be delighted to watch as you spend it wisely and for the benefit of others in these complicated and contested times. So well done, graduates. Have a great day. You have earned it, and I congratulate you. Well done. So this is the bit where they do the honorary degrees. The university has within its gift the authority to award honorary degrees to individuals whose achievements and activities are resonant with the core values of the institution. We now make one such award, and I'm very pleased to invite Ian Wills to propose the award of Honorary Doctorate of Science at Bath Spa University to Christopher Crowther, OBE, and co-founder of the West of England Cyber Cluster.
It is with great pleasure that I present Christopher Crowther as candidate for an honorary doctorate in recognition of his distinguished career in cybersecurity and contributions to the university. Chris has over 25 years international experience in the information assurance and cybersecurity domain. From his service in the British Army as Commanding Officer for Defensive and Offensive Cyber Operations, to his current role, working in the C-suite level, leading with numerous cyber, information protection and resilience challenges. In the United States, Chris served as the Chief Information Officer to the United States Department of Defense, and the United Nations appointed him as Communications Director to the Somali President. For his contribution to the world of information risk, he is recognized by the National Cybersecurity Centre here in the UK with his qualification as Certified Cybersecurity Professional as the Lead Security and Information Risk Advisor. As well as deserving accolades on both sides of the Atlantic, Chris is also passionate on a local level, looking to advance the cybersecurity community. He is well known in industry and founded the West of England Cyber Cluster, a voluntary networking and education facility, growing its membership to over 300 in just 12 months. He is also Director of Information Security and Resilience at Hearth and Park Investments and was instrumental in the development of the Cybersecurity Business Innovation Centre in Chippenham. I first met Chris in my capacity as an independent security consultant at one of the local cyber cluster events that he organised, and our paths have continued to cross over the years at various events, conferences and tasking meetings. So well known and respected is he that rather than 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, in the field of cybersecurity we play 6 degrees of separation to Chris Crowther. Although, of course, being information security, if you do manage to make that connection, you cannot tell anyone about it. Chris has also assisted Bath Spa University both in pursuing its research interests and in expanding the curriculum into the cybersecurity space at undergraduate and postgraduate levels. When he can, as guest lecturer, Chris also shares his experience where our students and staff find his wide-ranging global perspectives provide them with valuable insights that fuel their critical appraisal of the cybersecurity domain. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Chris Crowther as eminently worthy of the award of Doctor of Science of Bath Spa University.
Getting older, so I need glasses. I've written a few words, and I find it's interesting and it's heartening because I haven't compared any of the speeches, and a lot of what I'll say it actually reinforces what the Vice Chancellor says, and I think that that's really positive because in fact, it's about 32 years now I've been in the service of either UK or kind of industry. So my views and the advice I'd like to give today exactly matches what the Vice-Chancellor has said. And because of that, I think that everybody here is in a really strong place. I'm conscious that I'm in between you and the graduation and the celebration, so I'll try to keep this short and sweet. But you've got to bear with me, because I am kind of Irish, so I like to tell the full story, but I'll do my best. If I was sitting where you are now, I would be wondering, I bet he's used Chat GPT to write the speech. I can assure you I haven't. I didn't. I can tell you about that afterwards, if you wish. But I will start with it, because I think that artificial intelligence and the role it plays is kind of very interesting. Until recently, for artificial intelligence, we had what was known as the kind of Turing test after Alan. And the idea was, if there was an object, and if you couldn't tell if it was a piece of IT computer or not, and asked it any questions which you wanted, then the Turing test would say that it must be AI. Now, what we've realized with Chat GPT is it's still quite kind of immature, and if you ask it complex questions or you play around with the logic, it starts to give really stupid answers. Now, interestingly, if that was a person, you'd probably stop because you'd feel, I'm making them feel a bit stupid here, and they're suffering. But in fact, we don't. In the experiments I've been looking at, it's actually a bit of fun. And I think that that's key, because as humans, we suffer, and that's what makes us different. I think that the last 5 years, as has been said, has been absolutely crazy. And as I look around all of the room, I can see that everybody here has suffered to a greater or a lesser extent, both in those years and to get here today. So I too salute you all, and I give you all the credit for the achievements which you have today. I'd extend that from the students to the families and friends and to everybody who has given a helping hand in getting our graduates here today. So a very big well done. I can't predict where any of your of the careers will go. It'll go a million different ways. But what I would ask you to do from my own experience is to try and keep a kind of balance. And there are two key factors that will allow you to keep that. I would say the first one is I know the team here at the university have done an absolutely amazing job in kind of giving you the skills and the experience and an approach. I beg you not to forget that as you go forward into your careers, because it will serve you well each and every day. I would say that the second factor is most important, and that is you. On the 15th November 2022, the UN said that the 8 billionth person had been born on the planet. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but what I can tell you is of all those people out there, it's got one person you can do anything about, and that's you. Now, in kind of researching this, I looked at some of the YouTube videos, and you've got Baz Luhrmann, who advises you all that you should wear sunscreen or kind of dance the funky chicken. There's a SEALs admiral who says that if you make your bed every day, then that's the secret. Actually, what the secret is you take agency for yourselves. So each day going forward, take that agency and do the kind of very best that you can. Secondly, I'd say that success is seldom final, and failure is rarely fatal. In the day job, I'm constantly asked, what's the panacea? Is there a piece of software? What can help my cybersecurity? And the honest answer is, it has no panacea. It's about resilience, as we've already heard today. So good things will happen, bad things will happen. What you've got to remember is what will and can you do about it, and then go and do it. So I'd say on the back of that, enjoy the moment and celebrate the amazing achievements which you've had. Don't worry about the score, it'll take care of itself. But come what may, keep moving forward. Take the exams and the results and do everything which you can with them, because your day will come. I joined the workforce in about 1992, so quite a while ago. And back then, it definitely had a culture that you would get to the top. That's what everybody was aiming for. And in fact, in the US, it was even worse, because they'd tell you that dollars were falling from the sky and you simply had to pick them up. I can see a healthy change now, which is that people want that balance, which is to both work, but to be happy. And I think that's a great change. If you want to stay happy, then what I would say is stay humble. Now, staying humble is not about being weak, but what it's actually about is appreciating the world that has got you to where you are now and will take you into the future. So the actions and the sacrifices and the love of all those people who are still living and long dead who have got you here today, never forget that. I would say what staying humble does, it gives you a strong moral compass. And trust me, a strong moral compass is exactly what you will need for when times get hard, and at some point they will. So it goes without saying that I too must say a huge thanks to all the team at Bath Spa for the amazing opportunities that I've had and some of the great projects which we've worked on in the cybersecurity space and are now starting to come to fruition. I also get a huge buzz on the courses that I teach on here, because the people are absolutely amazing. And it's not uncommon that they know far more than what I do. And that leaves me with a lot of encouragement, both for our future and for the university. I'm really privileged to be surrounded by such incredible people, including all of you here today. And that leaves me confident that we're in really good hands. And it's a real honour for me to be here and to accept the award today. I feel really blessed. It also goes without saying that I would not be here were it not for the love and patience of my wife and 3 daughters who have to live with me each and every day through the good times and bad and the ups and downs and the moods. I'm blessed to have such understanding people as my family, and I love them very much for who they are. And I'd echo that one back to everybody here. You are loved for who you are. So I wish you all the very best for whatever life throws at you. Keep moving forward and make sure that you take everyone along on the adventure as you go. And if you haven't already done so, I'd go a bit further than a clap. For those loved ones around you, I would give them a big hug and a big thank you, because I can assure you that that human touch and that reassurance is far more than what ChatGPT can ever do. Thank you.
You may find this bit a little familiar. The university has within its gift the authority to award honorary degrees to individuals whose achievements and activities are resonant with the core values of the institution. We now make one such award, and I'm very pleased to invite Celia Brayfield to propose the award of an Honorary Doctorate of Arts of Bath Spa University to Carl Anker, journalist, broadcaster and author.
So, Carl Anker already had his dream come true job as a sports journalist and podcaster with The Athletic when he entered an open audition for a writer to collaborate with Marcus Rashford on an inspirational book for children. The campaigner and Manchester United forward chose him, and 4 months later, he had written a book that has inspired readers all over the world and transformed the British publishing industry. The book, You Are a Champion, How to Be the Best That You Can Be, was published by Macmillan in May 2021. It won the Book of the Year title in its class at the British Book Awards, which are called the Nibbies, in 2022. After 5 weeks at the top of the overall bestseller list, it has sold over 500,000 copies so far, in addition to those distributed by revolutionary initiatives from W.H. Smith and the National Literacy Trust that included the Buy One, Gift One scheme. These, in turn, inspired numerous independent bookshops to crowdfund their own giveaway projects to make sure the book reached children who are reluctant readers. You Are a Champion is intended to empower young people to develop positive thinking and help them build mental resilience in navigating adversity, something of which Carl has had early experience. He graduated from Bath Spa University in 2012 with a 2-1 in Cultural Studies and Creative Writing. A placement with Future Publishing in Bath led to another in London, and then a series of unpaid internships, a short-lived job with BuzzFeed, and 3 years of freelancing for the BBC, The Guardian, Vice, NME, GQ, and The Independent, among others, adding cultural commentary and criticism to sports writing. Carl is now working on the 3rd book in the Marcus Rashford series. His approach in capturing the magic of sports coaching and creating an authentic voice for his subject, was praised by the judges at the Nibbies, who commented on the book's extraordinary impact, its warm, inspirational tone, and the inclusive model of success which it defined. As a Brazilian reviewer on Amazon put it simply, the concept é fantástico. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Carl Anker as eminently worthy of the award of Doctor of Arts at Bath Spa University.
Hello there. Thank you, distinguished guests, faculty members, my fellow graduates. I stand before you today, humbled and deeply honored to accept this honorary doctorate. I want to express my deepest appreciation to my mentors, my teachers, my friends, my family, everyone who stood by me and believed in me during my time at Bath Spa University and the many years I've spent since graduating. I'd also like to express my apologies to the same mentors, teachers, friends, family, and everyone else who stood by me during my time, because I was not the most focused student in my time at Bath Spa University. The Carl Anker of 2009 to 2012 really wanted to tell stories, but he wasn't the best at proofreading them. Indeed, when I graduated 11 years ago in a very, very warm tent in Newton Park, I spent a lot of the graduation ceremony on my phone playing Football Manager. Sorry. Still, we muddled through, and I can only thank the patience and help afforded to me by teachers such as Celia, Annie McGann, Richard Stamp, hi Richard, Mimi Thiebaud, and more. I'd also like to give a special mention to the late Steve May. He was a fearless advocate for the arts and education, and he is missed dearly. Just over a decade ago, towards the end of my time at Bath Spa University, I shadowed a lecturer's meeting with Celia. We're talking about the nature of objective marking versus subjective marking and the clump of deadlines you get towards the end of third year, where you spend several weeks not having to hand anything in, and then you have to hand in everything in a 2-week period. I remember one lecturer remarked that students should be a little more gentle about deadlines, because university is the last time in life where a deadline cannot be brought forward. I remember going, "What do you mean?" To which my lecturer said, "You will see. There was a big wide world out there where deadlines can be brought forward, you can have things cancelled on you, you can submit great work and lose funding, and unfortunately you can make no mistakes and still lose. That is life." On the day of my graduation, I remember stepping outside that very, very warm tent in Newton Park, walking down Victoria Park in my suit, thinking I had made it, only for a seagull to defecate on my left shoulder. I took it to be a sign. There'd be no end credits. Congratulations, no big firework display. The work will continue, and university learning is only the start. So, my fellow graduates, I'm going to combine something now. Thank you and an apology. First of all, I'm deeply thankful to share today with so many other graduates. I hope every single one of you in this room avoids a similar fate with seagulls. Now, I also must unfortunately apologize for the state of the world that you are going to graduate into. As both professionals and as people, the creative industries are in a precarious place in 2023, and a certain someone believes that university education should only belong to the moneyed few, rather than a way to enliven and educate the many. I do not seek to be political, however, politics often finds you when you are trying to learn. Global migration today is intensifying in the midst of a climate emergency. And rather than reach out and embrace people around the world in their moment of need, environments are becoming increasingly hostile. Hostile to empathy, hostile to learning, hostile to decency. So, my fellow graduates, I leave you today with a challenge to remain curious. You are sat here celebrating the current pinnacle of your academic learning, but I ask you, I beg you even, to keep learning. I want you to keep pushing in your quest for knowledge, no matter what field you take or what walks of life you lead. University is a place of academic study, yes, but perhaps more importantly, university is where you learn how to learn. You spent years at Bath University chasing academic and personal pursuits while learning parts of your personality as they unfold in front of you. To all of you sat here now, in the pursuit of your degree, I'm sure you figured out whether or not you prefer to work deep into the night or wake up really, really early in the morning and get things done. I am sure you've learned whether or not you like to work slowly and iterate your work, or just do it all at the last minute like I did. Whether your deadlines were months away or right in front of you, I'm sure when you're at Bath University, you might have figured out what your role was in a group project. You might have also figured out that you absolutely hate group projects. This is the point of university. You learn how to learn, and I would like to also congratulate so many of you in managing to do this during COVID-affected years. You are some of the strongest academics I know. You have compromised, you've made sacrifices, and as you sit here today in your wonderful outfits, surrounded by your friends and family, you've achieved something quite brilliant. Always remember that when the time comes, you can master creativity, you can master critical thinking, and you can master interdisciplinary collaboration. When the time comes, you can get things done. So again, I apologize, because the world in 2023 will ask the graduates to get a lot more things done than they have done previous graduates. So, please, take courage from this moment. Deadlines may get brought forward, jobs may come and go, but when you remain curious, you remain capable of fantastic things. You sit here now equipped with the tools to have a positive impact, both on your life, the lives of people around you, and the world around you as well. I'm going to challenge you to use your education and to try and address the pressing challenges of our time. Let's all strive to be positive forces for change and ambassadors for compassion as well. So, before I sit down, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations. Well done. You graduate Bath Spa. Our time at this university has been transformative, and I hope that in remaining curious, you can all have a transformative impact on the big, great, wide world outside, even the seagulls. So, thank you once again for this incredible honor. Thank you for letting me share this day with you. And as we accept these accolades today, may we do so with a commitment to making a meaningful difference in the world. Remain curious, my friends.
We now move to the presentation of awards to graduates of Bath Spa University, and I call on the Vice-Chancellor to receive graduates from the School of Writing, Publishing and the Humanities and Bath School of Design.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Combined Awards. Olivia Louise Adams. Olivia Louise Avery. Emma Jane Castle. Victoria Carol Ann Charman. Jasmine Jane Guerrero Clark. Liliana Cristano. Ellie J. Davies. Emily Rose Dean. Martha Elizabeth Hedwig Dodson. Christopher William Henderson Edwards. Grace Elizabeth Gilkes Fathers. Owen Charles Francis. Caitlin Hayward. Jess Hill. Lucy Holt. Amy Charlotte Jakes. Lauren Ella Jeffries. Amy Elizabeth Johnson. Finton Michael Lucas. Eleanor Louise Mary McDonough. Sophia Isabel Mock. Georgina Nethercott Akers. Thomas Nichols. Jasmine Katie Raymond Barker. Marcella Rian Richards. Maria Rose Robinson. Reese Nathan Rogers. Eloise Jane Sheehan. Georgia Sims. Tash Singleton. Molly Alexandra Spiller. Ellie Francis Stratton. Emma Charlotte Imogen Taylor. Chloe May Tissimon. Lucy Louisa Melanie Wells. Katie Jane Braymouth Shelton. Megan Rose Willis. Alyssa Wintz. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Combined Awards with Professional Placement Year. Holly Rachel Morris. Adam John Nesbitt.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing. Miranda Sue Barlow. Eve Lily Beastall. Arlo Millie Brody. Kirsty Marie Carling. George Blaise DeCayo. Matilda Jane England. Claire Lucy G. Lucy Ann Horner. Isaac Raphael Jones. Gabriella Ashley Kaiser. Samantha Wajiro Kiruri. Alessi Anya Lovett. Nathan Joseph Monk. Bianca Papadopoulos Torren. Stefana Cornelia Popper. Erica May Irene Richardson. Emily Louise Honor Sharkey. Joshua Nathan Stevenson. Katie Louise Wilson. Georgia Angel Woolard. Daisy Charlotte Raitt. And Valentina Young. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Creative Writing with Professional Placement Year. Aaron Henry Moss. Brandon Williams. Angela Linda Williamson.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of the Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English Literature. Abigail Louise Aldred. Victoria Alice Bates. Maisie Rose Burt. Mia Rose Elliott. Chloe Louise Emery Davis. Okay. Where we are. Molly Mail Hotain. Laura Hodges. Olivia Luciana McDonough. Laura Redmond. Jessica Winnie Short. Molly Jane Irene Yallop.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in History. Kai Adams. Oliver Andrews Hayward. Natalie Louise Axby. Ellis Jolyon Flaxman Causey. Luke John Curtis. Jack David Michael Edson. Poppy Jocelyn Hughes Kearney. Rosie Elizabeth Kenyon. John Keeler Lamb. Hannah Eve Newbury. Damaris Perry. Stan McElveen Shermley. Alia Smith. Louis Thomas Wallace. Natasha Emily Ann Yardley. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with honours in History, Heritage and Public History. Jack Daniel Lloyd Lucas. Emily May Sims. Alexandra Mary Slomka-Moore. Jacob Noel Wallace. Jessie Wickham.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with honours in Journalism and Publishing, single honours. Misha Crew Hall. Elizabeth Grace Doyle. Holly Frape. Matilda Rose Grattan. Emily Beatrice Gray. Emma Alice Maynard. Hannah Evelyn Simmons. Honor Felicity Alice Tanner. Cyan Taylor. Macy Leanne Tosher.
Vice-Chancellor, Gordon Cunningham. Megan Lucy Rebecca Martin. Jake Trafford Ogborn. And it will be Valerie Svachinkova.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Master of Arts in Creative Writing. Jessica May Wheeler.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Master of Arts in Environmental Humanities. Kate Emily Bevan. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Master of Arts in Writing for Young People. Natasha Lucy Barrett. And Neve Taylor.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Doctor of Philosophy. Tony Lee Chappell, for her thesis entitled Exhuming Mary Lincoln, Found Poetry in Biographical Fiction. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Zosha Lucia Cross, for their thesis entitled We Are Volcanoes, Writing Feminist Fiction as a Means of Processing Trauma. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Amber Dyfon-Forthen, for her thesis, Stones Displaced, Retaining the Nuances of Maltese Culture Through Short English Fiction. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy, Brianne Marie Kite Kirby, for the thesis entitled The Desert Burns Clean, the challenge of conveying accurate science through embodied characters in science fiction. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental Humanities, Charlotte Lancaster, for the...
Very enthusiastic. Wait for it.
for the thesis entitled The Biblical Flood Myth Revisited, Representations of Floods and Deluge in Climate Fiction.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honors in Computing. Leonie Imogen Chamberlain. Asif Mohammed Iqbal. Caitlin Louise Price. Benjamin Lewis Stowe Masters.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Creative Computing Gaming. Jack Alexander Beer. Kate Bloxham. Ophil Jennifer Coker Tanny. Harrison Curtis. Ruby Francesca Exley-Myers. Joshua Charles Ivory. Miles Khalil Knight. Samuel Law Mullins. Tom Edward Stickland. Robert James Walker. Alexander Robert Young. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Creative Computing, Gaming with Professional Placement Year. Joshua Paul Harper. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Creative Computing, Web Technologies. Joe Patrick Crosby. Francis Carl Padalina Desiar. Joseph Adam Hall. Toby Dylan Chrisman. Jensen George Phillip. John Daniel Stone.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Digital Animation with Foundation Year. Tyler Rhodes McMurrow. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Digital Animation. Juno Maynard. Owen John Mullery. Alice Please.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design. Freya Jenny Bell. Josie May Cutler. Eve Amelia Davies. Phoebe May Greenaway. Millie Louise Grover. Jessica Ruth Jameson. Anna Kalifitildu. Shannon Louise Pearson. Ellen Molly Ralph. Molly Louise Smith. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design with Professional Placement Year. Nia J. Davies. Philippa Grace Trimmer.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Furniture and Product Design with Foundation Year. Shawned Keris Leah. Jack Corey Moore. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Furniture and Product Design. Oliver James Caulfield. Morgan Stephen Daniel Jeffries. Annabelle Louise Neal. Bo Neville. Sophie Ogborn. Tiger Zebedee Scott. Jasmine Zoe Williams. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Furniture and Product Design with Professional Placement Year. Rosemary Lee Hood. Alicia Markzak. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Furniture and Product Design with Foundation Year and Professional Placement Year. Gigi Cook.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honors in Game Art from Boom Satsuma. Harvey Philip Cook. Mark Andrew Fisher. Dylan Zach Fowler. Thomas Henry Hopkins. Gypsy Star Lockett. Guinevere Merrill. Alex Morgan Smith. Sahal Noor.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Graphic Communication with Foundation Year. Harry David Pascoe. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Graphic Communication. Betsy Drummond Angus. Maisie Jane Loveday Beale. Gemma Nicole Burton. Olivia Grace Cartledge. Chiara Cici Manara. Kirsty Denise Chambers. Amy May Cox. Phoebe Emily Lara Cutler. Larry Sinead Davies. Marcia Rose Davies. Jake Davis. Caitlin Elizabeth Faluna. Felinda Alicia Fernandez. Leah Danielle Bett George. Mia Rose Hatch. Arthur Conrad Jardine Reiner. Louisa Helen Jenner. Amelia Kalszewska. Imogen Grace Lester. Matilda Alice Marston. Charlotte Louise Petley. Callie Imogen Plum. Chloe Rebecca Randall. Andrew Philip Ryder. Octavia Andrea Sav. Evie Martha Flores Taylor. Sophie Marie Webb. Darcy Elizabeth Wilson.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Interior Design with Foundation Year. Carly Marie Frost. Nicole Emily James Hardy. Sharon Masiyu Magashi. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Interior Design. Rachel Dorothy Boys. Megan Frances Brown. Alicia May Corbett. Natalie Jane Crow. Charlotte Emma Dibden. Holly May Phelps. Imogen Charlotte Gascoigne. Jasmine Elizabeth Harvey. Jasmine Lydia Haskins. Georgia Nicole Hilton. Isabel Lauren Jones. Louise Jones. Ria Francesca Lessiter. Maya Karkazadka Lewandowska. Sophia Marziali. Rosa McCormack. Laura Risotto. Letitia Eloise Southgate. Charlotte Catherine Stewart. Molly Rose Tatum. Abigail Marie Taylor. Katie May Weaver. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Interior Design with Professional Placement Year. Emily Kate Cluter. Abigail Emily Lewington.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidates for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Textile Design for Fashion and Interiors, Katie Abigail Baird. Hannah Bowden. Megan Alice Brown. Mia Grace Christensen. Scarlett Grace Clements. Rihanna Harve Davenport. Alicia Ellison. Alicia J. Evans. Megan Charlotte Field. Esther Josephine Glenn. Olivia Alice Goddard. Tilly Elizabeth Goldsmith. Amy Louise Harrison Ray. Chloe Elizabeth Hawkins. Molly Kay. Cheng Bin Lee. Matilda Holly Message. Anae Lily Miller. Eloise Francesca Mills. Isabel Grace Oldfield. Claire Pask. Heidi Rushant. Violet May Sinclair. Charlotte Jane Smalley. Harriet Staple. Holly Lara Vaness. Vice-Chancellor, I present the following candidate for the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Textile Design for Fashion and Interiors with Professional Placement Year, Lottie May Marsh.
Vice-Chancellor, in addition to those candidates presented to you here, I commend to you the other candidates in absentia for conferment of their various awards.
On my authority as Vice-Chancellor of Bath Spa University, I confer the awards of those candidates here present and those in absentia. And graduates, in the time-honoured tradition, you may now remove your hats. Well done! And I just remind you that everybody needs to give one hat back when you give your gown back, but no one will mind if it's not your hat, except the person whose hat it was. I'd like to invite Miranda Barlow, who's just taken her BA Hons in Creative Writing, and Bo Neville, BA Hons in Furniture and Product Design, to deliver the student valediction.
Thank you so much for the honour of being invited to give this speech, and congratulations to everyone. If you haven't seen me around Newton Park, then well done, because you must have worked quite hard. It feels as though I'm a bit of a fixture. I've been studying here for almost 100 years now. It does genuinely seem that long. I'm pretty sure it feels that way to some of the staff, actually. It's actually been 5 years at Bath Spa, and although that seemed like a luxuriously long time when I began, it's flown by. We're at the end of our courses. We're thinking, what happens next? How can I make this qualification useful, make it work for me? We inevitably ask ourselves, What have I learned? And suddenly, it's like when you see a long-lost friend and they ask you what you've been up to for the last 10 years, and our minds go blank, and all we can say is, nothing much. But we have learned, and we have learned a great deal. There is the degree and the written work to prove it, but there's so much incidental learning that it's hard to even begin to encapsulate it. But because our minds do go blank, it does feel appropriate to try and communicate some of the things that I, at least, have learnt during my time at university. There are many cliches that I could use to describe coming to university. It meant following my dreams, or my heart. University is where I found my tribe. But I think the creative writing staff will wrestle me off the stage if I keep going with the cliches. As we now all know, cliches are lazy descriptors, and they won't do for us. That's the first thing I learned, no cliches. And as I stand here in front of all of you, I'm in awe. I know there'll be a few mature students here, like myself, but most of you have come to university after doing a gap year or straight from doing your A-levels. I couldn't have done that. Although we older students are called mature, whether we actually are is somewhat debatable. But I don't think I was mature enough in my late teens, early 20s, to have handled a full-time degree course, let alone during a pandemic and in these economically challenging times. It took me until I was in my 40s to have the capacity and the stability to take it on, and even then, I couldn't have done it without the support of my brilliant family and friends. I remember glibly saying to them at the beginning of all of this, if I'm going to do a degree in midlife, I want it to be fun, so I've chosen creative writing. And of course, it has been fun. It has been fun. But creative writing is definitely not an easy choice. During my non-fiction module, I wrote about a difficult childhood memory, and it felt like I was twisting a wriggling, many-tentacled, angry monster out of my soul. As down my face and sobs racked my body, I distinctly recall thinking, accounting? Why didn't I do accounting? Why did I pick a subject where I'd need to dig into all the dark places of my soul? Creative writing requires the ability to walk into the dark places where the monsters of doubt, shame, and guilt abide. For us to have come this far means we have, at some level, battled those emotional demons and won. That we have brought our experiences, in whatever form we have chosen to express them, out into the open, where they can be seen, witnessed, and shared. And that's huge. Before I came to university, I was a counsellor for 8 years, so I can say with confidence that most people are very, very afraid of their emotions and only face them when they're forced to do so by circumstances, and sometimes not even then. Often, the only way that people feel understood is through watching a TV series, seeing a film, reading a book, or hearing a poem. So that's the second thing. We writers walk into the dark and we hold up a light for other people so that they can see safely into the hidden, fear-filled places. We dig in the emotional dirt so they don't have to. That takes bravery and tremendous courage. I reckon accounting is definitely more straightforward. However, it's probably not for us, or not for me, anyway. When I was younger, before the counselling even, I did an admin job at the Environment Agency. It was a good, solid job with nice people in a nice building. I could work flexi hours and could look forward to a great pension. Looking back, though, the clues that I was a writer were in evidence even then. I'd find myself embellishing the minutes of the meetings I was in. I had to take all these additions out before I emailed the official boring version to everyone. During a particularly dull meeting, I wrote out an entirely imagined fistfight between 2 team leaders. Later, my manager emailed me in quite urgent tones because I'd accidentally left in a bit where Martin slapped George and spat in his face. Unfortunately, I managed to amend it before it got sent round to all the other attendees. Unsurprisingly, though, I was given a D rating for my performance in my admin job. I think D actually did stand for disappointing. Unfortunately, when they told me I was disappointing, I concluded that if I wasn't able to do a basic admin job, then I probably wasn't much good at anything else. There were a few other knocks to my confidence along the way, but suffice it to say that when I arrived at university, I arrived firmly believing I was stupid. But over the last 5 years, I've been forced to see myself differently. The third and most important thing I have learnt here is what it feels like to be doing something I love, to feel passionate about my writing and know how energizing it is to hone a draft into a piece that says exactly what I want and need it to say. I've felt the privilege of being in the company of some of the most accomplished writers and teachers on the planet. At Bath Spa, I discovered that I'm neurodiverse. I got an ADHD diagnosis age 45, and I possibly have dyscalculia and dyslexia. I have learnt that means that I was, frankly, mad to try and do an admin job. But mainly, I've learnt that my neurodiversity is a real gift. Our abilities, whether neurodiverse or not, to use our imaginations sets us apart. We creatives frequently envisage and even prefer to live in a different world. We see beyond reality to what could be. None of us knows what the future holds. The world is changing and society can't go backwards. We can't undo the progress we've made. What is needed more than ever is human ingenuity. It's our imaginations that will help us find the solutions to the problems that we face individually, in our families, our workplaces, communities, and even globally. At university, we have learnt how to go about the business of following our hearts. And we have learnt the importance of our dreams. We make space for them, we harness them, and we use our bravery and our courage to express them. This makes us massively well equipped to go forward in our lives and inspire positive change at all levels of society. So we may not have qualifications in accounting or, speaking for myself, be fabulous at admin, but we have learned how to bring magic into the world. And like every good story, we're bringing it just in the nick of time. Thank you, and congratulations.
Hi. Firstly, I feel honoured to have been chosen to give this speech on behalf of my fellow graduates today, so thank you. Funnily enough, Bath Spa was not my first choice, but as a result of a pandemic, disrupted A-levels, and my general indecisiveness, it's where I ended up. And I'm pretty sure, like most people, I took one look at the photos of the Locksborough campus online and thought, that's a pretty cool place to be. I think we can all agree that we had a challenging start to our university experience, but in one way or another, we did get through it. Going in and out of lockdown meant we were forced to be resourceful and improvise when completing entire projects from our waterside court kitchens. But it just proved that even a pandemic couldn't dampen our creative spirit. When we were finally allowed on campus regularly in second year, it was amazing to see how quickly our community formed. The School of Design spans 3 campuses, Newton Park, Locksborough and Syon Hill, and includes several courses, creating a community of designers, makers, developers, artists, painters, problem solvers and creative thinkers. And I know that we find a constant source of inspiration in each other's work and have worked together to achieve some outstanding projects, and long may this continue. It's been a privilege to be part of such an inclusive and creative community, and it's something that I will truly miss. There are so many people who have helped us out along the way, and there are far too many to name, but it feels right to turn this into a list of thank yous. So, thank you to Adele, the cleaners and the security team for your friendly good mornings. Thank you to the cafe staff for fueling us with cheesy chips, drawing smiley faces on our loyalty cards, and not batting an eyelid when we order a decaf iced oat skinny caramel cappuccino in a reusable cup. Thank you to the wellbeing team and care dogs for holding us together during stressful times. Thank you to the technicians for encouraging every idea, whether it's good or bad, being patient when teaching us your craft, and showing us just how important coffee breaks are. Thank you to our tutors and lecturers for guiding us and providing us with invaluable skills we will take well into the future. A personal thank you to Erin, our course leader, who embodies everything that Bath Spa is about, as well as his questionable shirt choices. He's enthusiastic, wildly creative, immensely supportive, and has become a true friend to us all. We can't thank you enough. Thanks to our families and friends for your unwavering support and for always being at the other end of the phone. Quite simply, we could not have done it without you. And finally, thank you to Bath Spa, which will now forever be my first choice.
Thank you to both of you. Those were inspiring and very moving speeches. I'd like to end this evening with a very short Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may your God hold you in the palm of his hand. I declare this ceremony closed.
Could I ask you to stand for the academic procession? Please stand.